Hello, fellow Breeze Bookers, and welcome to Breeze Books. Today I'm reviewing The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, and I'm going to be reviewing both the book and the movie as well. So I'm really excited to do this book review because I haven't done it for about a month. I've been busy with things like school, SATs, prom, college visits, and things like that. But I'm not going to waste your time talking about that. Instead, I want to get right to the review. It was published in 1991, and the number of pages in my copy that I have is 213 pages. And for me personally, it was a very quick and easy read, and I think that's maybe just because I was so interested in the book. Also, the writing style is in the form of letters that the main character Charlie writes to an anonymous person, which I would assume is the reader. And then the format of letters is just called an epistolary format. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And then some background about the author is that he grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is where the story actually takes place. So it has the same setting. And he's written some other stories and some other screenplays too. He actually graduated from a filmic writing program at the University in Southern California. And the reason that Charlie is writing to us is that the book starts out when Charlie is in middle school and his best friend Michael commits suicide. And the story that when it starts out, it's in 1991. Charlie is 15 and he's about to enter his first day of high school. And he's nervous, he's anxious about it. And so he decides to write these letters to this anonymous person to help him cope with it and to get some of that anxiety out and release it. I picked up my copy of the book at Barnes & Noble because I've heard that it was really good, and I think the movie was coming out at the time that I bought it, so I was excited to read it and see what it was all about. I'd heard that a lot of people really liked it. And this review right now is actually after I just reread the book for my second time, just for this review. And the first time that I read it, I was in 8th grade in middle school, and now as an 11th grader, I'm rereading it. And I think that personally has given me a lot of insight into the book and a better ability to understand the book and some of the things in it. It's just allowed me to have my eyes more open and be more aware of what's really going on in the book, things that I wasn't really able to understand before. The setting of the book is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, like I said, and it's in 1991, and it goes all the way through 1992. And I'm going to read the summary to you guys. The Perks of Being a Wallflower is a story about what it's like to travel that strange course through the uncharted territory of high school, the world of first dates, family dramas, and new friends, of sex, drugs, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show, of those wild and poignant roller coaster days known as growing up. And personally, I think that the book does an awesome job of that because I feel like as a teenager, I'm able to relate to some of those awkward things that we go through, like first kisses and first dates. And I felt like it really did captivate what it's like to be a teenager and how awkward that can be and some of the different things that we as teenagers experience. So I think that it did a really good job of that and that I was really able to relate to Charlie. And as far as Charlie's character, I feel like he's very likable. He's very innocent and he definitely wants what's best for everybody. He's just very likable. He's very intelligent and he definitely offers a different perspective on the world that not most people have. Another thing that I want to talk about is the plot and the storyline because I feel like this story doesn't necessarily have one. It goes through Charlie's high school career and everything that happens, but I don't really think that it has like a set beginning, climax, and ending per se. I think that it's more kind of just a go with the flow kind of story, which I actually personally really enjoyed, but some other people might not. People I would recommend this story to is teenagers just because it's written from a teenager's point of view as he's entering high school. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend this to people that are younger in age just because it does have a lot of things in it, such as drugs, sex, domestic violence, abortion. There's actually like a lot of different things that it deals with and a lot of different issues that it deals with. There's also like child molestation, rape, death. So there's a lot of topics in there that I feel like you should probably be a little bit of a more mature audience to read this book. And I think now I just want to talk about the movie. The Perks of Being a Wallflower was very good. And usually movies, I would say, that are made after books are not that good, and they're kind of a disappointment. They can't really live up to the book. But I would say that this one really did do a good job of that. And I think maybe a reason for that is that the screenplay was written by the author of the book and it was also directed by the author of the book. So I think maybe that's why it maybe allowed for the movie to really captivate the book in a way that wasn't too different. And I think that it really stayed true to the book and did a great job of that. And it was actually a really great experience to see all the characters come to life and to be able to watch that and just see it in action. It was quite a privilege to watch it, actually, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the writing style because I feel like it allowed me as a reader to connect more with the character and connect more with the book. It made me feel almost like I was personally involved with the story and almost like these were real letters that I was receiving. And it was just a great book. It has some great quotes. Like normally I never highlight anything in my book, but this book has such great quotes that I had to highlight. I think that the quote that I want to read with you guys is this one that I really enjoyed. It says, "There's nothing like the deep breaths after okay. It says there's nothing like the deep breaths after laughing that hard. Nothing in the world like a sore stomach for the right reason." And the reason that I like that quote is because it reflects on my philosophy of life. I'm someone who loves to laugh and that enjoys a good laugh and a good time with friends. Those are the kind of moments that I live for. And I think that's what really made me able to relate to Charlie is just knowing that he has kind of the same outlook on life. And also I just really liked that particular part of the book. It was very memorable and it was funny. It did actually make me laugh, that part of the book. So that's one of the parts that I enjoyed. I think that's all I really have to say about that book, but I would give it, as far as star ratings go, I would give it not even a 5 out of 5. I would give it like a 6 out of 5 because I just think it's that good. So definitely, if you get a chance, go read it and let me know what you think of it. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time on Breeze Book.